Dinner and a Movie is brought to you by Hamilton Walkers.
While golf may be only sporadically exciting, some very engaging movies have been made about the game. And here to look at their favorite golf movies are film critics Chuck Kaplinski and Pam Powell. Hey, Chuck, how are ya?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Are you a golfer?
I'm a wannabe golfer. I'm going to be one of those stereotypical retired guys who takes it up once they have the time and their back is already shot. So yeah, it's in my future. It's in my future.
I can drive a good golf cart, so if you need a caddy, you let me know.
That's a date. Sounds good.
Okay. Well, let's start with one of your favorites, Tin Cup.
Tin Cup, which ironically, or I shouldn't say ironically, but curious piece of Chuck trivia, first movie I ever reviewed professionally was Tin Cup, all the way back in 1996, believe it or not. Kevin Costner, one of his many sports roles, he plays a golfer named Roy McAvoy, who is he's a poster boy for underachievement, and he's about to come back, but he gets a case of what they call the yips, which he just can't hit the ball straight. He can't do anything right. But his buddy, played by Cheech Marin, Romeo, tries to get him out of this. And of course, Rene Russo is there too, playing a psychologist who tries to get him back on the right track. This is a great movie. It has a lot of great supporting actors and players in it, including Cheech Marin, Rene Russo, as I said, and also Don Johnson as the bad guy who lives up to that great line in which they say his character hates old people, kids, and dogs. And if you've seen the movie at the end, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Okay.
But, I never get tired of this one.
Okay. Well, and how fun that was your very first movie to review. What about Happy Gilmore, though?
What about Happy Gilmore?
Adam
what is it to
Sandler,
say about Happy Gilmore?
fantastic.
The great American comedy, Happy Gilmore, with Adam Sandler as a frustrated hockey player who turns to golf and becomes a star. This is a movie with so many quotable lines that I cannot repeat on the air. My son and I throw back and forth at each other. Again, like Tin Cup, this is one that never, ever gets old. I don't care how many times I see this. I am laughing hysterically. One of Sandler's best. And again, one that you can never, ever get tired of.
Okay, now I'm familiar with both of your movies. Now, Pam, that's a different case. I am not familiar with either of your choices, and we're going to start with Tommy's Honor.
Fantastic. Tommy's Honor. It's from, I believe, 2016, and it's a fictional recreation of the real story of the founders of the modern game of golf. But oh my gosh, that sounds terribly boring, and this is anything but boring. It's so much more than a story about golf. Jack Loudon plays Tommy Morris, and he's this cocky young caddy following in his father's footsteps and of being basically a lifetime caddy. He's from a poor family in Scotland with country clubbers looking down their noses at his entire family. He's got a bit of a temper on him, and he's had enough of everything, and he attempts to rise above his station in life. His father's not too terribly approving of this, and his whole family suffers for it. He pits himself against the reigning local golf champ. He's got ill-fitting equipment, he's got that horrible temper, and it's a game wrought with lots of emotion and consequences because of it. The Morris family and the relationships, though, are really what is at the center of this film. This volatile father-son narrative is going to break your heart as you are endeared to each of them. It's beautifully shot, no pun intended, and this is not a dull game of golf, although I must say when I play golf, it is not dull. It's actually quite humorous. And it's a beautiful exploration of a father and son story. So you can stream this on Amazon for about $3 or $4.
Okay, what about Swing Away?
I think you'd like this one, Heather. I think this is right up your alley. Swing Away is one of those sweet, cute, refreshing, although it is somewhat predictable. It's a comedic story with a few little unique twists to it. Zoe Papadopoulos is played by Shannon Elizabeth, who's a professional golfer with, yet again, we have another bad temper. Maybe there's a theme there with golfers. She has a meltdown during a tournament on national TV, and this meltdown has gone viral, and it now has resulted in her suspension from the league. In an effort to kind of regroup, she heads to her grandparents' home in this idyllic town in the coast of Greece. When she's done wallowing in her pity, she begins to dig her way out, and then she connects with this little girl who has a pretty darn good swing in her golf club. The two begin to then fight this big American developer named, I can't remember his name offhand. He's played by John O'Hurley, and if you'll remember him from Seinfeld. And he's set to change this sleepy, close-knit little town forever. And of course, there's a little love story here. But more importantly, this is just a really nice story about the importance of community and allowing yourself forgiveness and to grow. It's set in Greece, so you can't ask for anything better, and it has some incredible, tasty pastries. So you're going to want to make a trip to Greece when you can, and maybe look up a few recipes to try out as well.
Aww.
You can stream that on Amazon as well.
Well, sounds like some great movie selections for those golfers out there who may want a golf-inspired movie. Pam, you and I will go do miniature golf.
That sounds good to me.
Okay. If you want to check out all of Chuck and Pam's movie reviews, go to their website, Real Talk with Chuck and Pam, subscribe to their newsletter, like them on Facebook, and we'll have all that information on CILiving.tv. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Heather.
Welcome.